Hi everybody, I have another message here. This one's from Mutiny of Preverts. And here's the story. Hey man, thanks for putting out all these videos. My life makes sense to me now. Your videos seriously relieve so much confusion I was dealing with. My situation is kind of unique. My sister and I were raised by our mom and dad until they divorced when I was 6. Sister was 5. We end up living with our mom. We are happy then. 2 years later, both parents remarry. My dad marries a lovely lady with 2 of her own children, whom I still love to this day. My mom remarried to a narcissist. I didn't notice till just now. Within a year or two, he had triangulated me from my mom and sister. He poisoned my mom's head with extreme right-wing religion, and she became more authoritarian than she ever had been before. He tricked me into hating my own mom so I would love him. He would send her to do anything pushing and yelling, punishing. He would send her to do the punishing and yelling. He would then portray himself as the calm or chill person who I could go to for comfort. And of course, he was self-appointed headmaster of the family and controlled all family decisions. He had us well isolated from each other, so all communications went through him. The kicker of the story is coming soon. He taught me to despise girls and dating. He would say girls are just picky gold diggers that waste your money and don't waste your time with them. Never once he encouraged me to get a girlfriend. At the same time, he had to tell my friends behind my back that he thinks I'm gay. And again, right from as soon as you started telling this story, I'm like, this dude's gay. This is what gay guys do. This is what friggin' closeted gay guys do. This is their shtick. I felt like I couldn't get a girlfriend without being ridiculed for it, but at the same time, I had no way to prove to him I'm not gay. So he kept me in a weird, constant state of shame, which is his intent. He also pointed out ugly girls to me and say, "Look at her. I bet you could pop the zits off her back with your teeth, wouldn't you?" And it would just make me cringe when I was young as 10. That's something teenage girls do. That cattiness of picking apart other women. This guy is a closeted gay guy who is just jealous of women. He was never sexually abusive, though, just awkward. When I was 13, my stepdad took me and a friend inner tubing. I ended up crashing and breaking my jaw. It was excruciating pain. I got back on the boat and told him I heard my jaw crack. I was sure it was broken and I need to go to the hospital. It's fine, he kept insisting. My mom was generally concerned, but he's so manipulative he convinced her I was fine too. I kept pestering him to take me to the hospital and he got annoyed and said it would be a waste of money. That they just look at it and say the exact same thing that he is telling me. This continued for days until I gave up. Biggest mistake in my life is I should have just walked to the fucking hospital. After weeks of hardly being able to chew, my jaw mended and my face is permanently asymmetrical now. It has been over a decade and I found out I could get plastic surgery to fix the asymmetry. I'm consulting with surgeons and trying now to work out a payment plan. I would like to get my stepdad to pay for it since he owes me at least to fix my appearance that his neglect has caused. He'll never pay for that. I spent what should have been the best years of my life disfigured and full of nothing but shame and anxiety. I am afraid he will not admit to his mistake and ridicule me for caring about my facial experience. Well, how does he explain that your face got disfigured then? He just ignores it? This is what I'm telling you. The fucking narcissist will gaslight anything. It doesn't matter. The kid broke his jaw. His face is fucking disfigured. And still, he's being gaslighted by this fucking closeted homosexual narcissist. He probably liked that you were disfigured because you came from your mom and your dad. Okay? And that's what these closeted gay guys are like. They're vindictive and they're mean. They're just as bad as mean girls. And I'm not saying that's all gays and I'm not saying that's all lesbians. I'm saying this type of narcissist who happens to be a closeted gay, this is how they act. Other gays hate this type of gay guy. Other gays can't stand these goddamn down low gay guys. Why? Because they're the most sneakiest, vindictive, cruelest fucking people around in their community. That's why. My mom is on my side and will help me, but is very reluctant to confront him about anything. Well, you know what? You came from her. Where the fuck? What do you mean she's reluctant? Reluctant of what? She disfigured her fucking son. She let this guy disfigure her only son, gaslight her into allowing you to be, and now she's afraid to confront. Listen, man, I wouldn't take a dime from them because they're going to try to just throw it up in your face. Not that they would anyway. You need to cut both of them out, because she's just as responsible as he is, because she's your biological mom, and look how she's choosing dick over her son's own appearance, allowed you to become disfigured after gaslighting you the whole time. And now that you're disfigured, you're still being gaslighted by them. I've never seen him hit my mom. They strictly take care of dirty laundry away from us. But I've experienced his anger before, and it's the most evil thing I've ever experienced. When I directly disobey him to his face, I get a look in his eye like he will murder me. Yeah, closeted gay rage. That's what that is. It is scary. So honestly, I don't know what goes on between him and my mom. Anyway, thanks for reading this. I would love it if you could make a video response about my situation. What would you do if you were me? I really need financial help to pay for the surgery. My stepdad has paid for college and drug rehab and a car for me in the past, so it makes me think he's not completely heartless. College makes him look good because he paid for it. Drug rehab he can hold against you because you had a drug problem. A car is something you can hold over your head and take away from you. This jaw thing is completely his responsibility. That's why he will take no responsibility for it. He will only spend money and pay for things that he can either turn around against you, use for himself to look good, or use you to control and take away from you. He has done you no favors by any of this. By any of this. Your kid has a problem, you're supposed to pay for drug rehab. You're supposed to pay for college. A car is something, listen, I've talked about cars and narcissists, and like, don't take them from them because they just use you. And all this is done, these things he has done, is cloud your vision that he might be a good guy. No, everything he did for college, rehab, car, is for his own benefit or to use against you. He will not take responsibility for the thing he is directly responsible for causing. And it continues to gaslight you. And your mother, who should have fucking walked out on his ass years ago, continues to enable him and choose him over you. Cut them both out of your life. Figure out a way to pay for it. Start a GoFundMe somehow for facial reconstruction. What's your story? There's other options. There's other options on the table. Don't obsess over this guy. You spend far too much energy trying to make him happy and explain things to him, because everything he does points to him being a closeted homosexual who is bitter and jealous and just wants to cause chaos in your life. These things he paid for are meaningless because they were for him and to use against you. The one thing that he is responsible for, he gaslights you over. Leaves you permanently disfigured, as does your mother. No contact right away. Thank you for writing me. Thank you for this story. It was a very good one. I hope it helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or comments in the comment section below. And again, if you have a story or audio or a topic you would like me to cover, or you would just like to contribute to the channel, you know what to do with the PayPal link in the description box. Also, if you have no money and you can't make a contribution, send me your story anyway. I will use it. I try to use every story I possibly can. So don't think I'm only doing stories that I get paid for. That's not the case whatsoever. Excuse me. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.